Okay. Alright, I'm good. I'm done. I ate my food. Put this away. Alright. Where we at, boys? We good. What's up? You don't hear me? How's Zackrawrr? Was good. I ate half of it. I didn't eat the other half. I'm probably eat the other half. It's hot, man. It's hot. So I'm gonna wait till it's a little bit cooler, then I'm gonna eat it. I got pintos and cheese, just some beans and cheese and sauce and shit. I like to, as I usually like to eat light. I don't eat a whole lot of food, and I keep it pretty basic, man. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy. I can't eat Taco Bell now. It tastes so ass now. Well, I don't think it tastes like ass. I think Taco Bell tastes good. Yeah, I mean, I love Taco Bell. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let's go down here. I gotta get this done. Get this little achievement thing finished. Why am I streaming here and not the Zackrawrr channel? I know people ask that every day, right? It's just because I can't really be consistent. Like, I say that, but I'm online every single day streaming this. But, like, I think, like, it takes a certain kind of energy for me to do my main streams. And, like, there's, like, a lot of pressure on me. And so I just need some time kind of away from that. And also I might need to randomly leave or AFK or something like that. And not really, I don't mean AFK for like 5 minutes, I mean AFK for like a few days. And that's pretty much why. Stream puts a lot of pressure on me. I don't know why, but it does. It's something that I almost can't explain. But it is what it is. But yeah, there it is. Meat and potatoes kind of guy. Orders Taco Bell, posts videos of Whataburger and Wendy's. Well, what I mean, meat and potatoes, like the metaphor there, it's the metaphor, not the meat and the potatoes. The metaphor is I like simple food. I like simple, good old-fashioned American food. Hot dogs, hamburgers, steak, more steak, and also steak. And that's what I like. And you know, we'll sprinkle in a little bit of KFC. Hey, it is what it is. Heaven's Ward review soon. I'm going to do the Heaven's Ward review after I finish I'm just gonna tell you guys, like, just so you know what's going on. After I finish Dark Souls Cinders, which probably be in a couple of days, I'm gonna start doing Alexander Savage, and I'm not gonna stop doing it until I beat it. I'm gonna beat the entire thing, and then I'm gonna make my review video. That is the plan. Where's the guy at? Maybe he's down here. It's not down there. So do I gotta wait for this thing to respawn, or what the fuck? Yeah. Like, I don't even know. You finished Act 8? No, I have not finished Alexander 8 Savage. We're about, I'd say, like a third of the way done, maybe half. But it could be longer. We're through the first phase, and we've pretty much got the planning down for the second phase, and that's it. Did you talk about the leaked Discord chat from Blizzard? I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff today, just for some React content for the next couple of days for the YouTube channel, and that's the plan. I played, what's this here? I played Fist and Cinders and stunlocked every boss. That's nice, dude. So how does this work? Like, why is it not working for me? Am I, like, dumb? Like, can somebody else invite me? Or something? Because, like, this thing's not up. Did you see Xenosis talk about drama regarding Final Fantasy community and seeing Rich clear UCOB? Bro, didn't that happen, like, 3 months ago? Yeah, didn't that happen, like, yeah, I think that happened like 3 months ago. Longer, yeah, I mean, I don't really care about that stuff. I think it's silly. It's like, yeah, wrong subathon. Look, obviously, because Rich is a streamer, it's easier for him to find groups and more people are going to play with him. So just by the nature of him doing it on stream, it will be easier for him. However, streaming is also distracting, and it does take your focus away from being entirely fixated on the game. So it makes it a little bit harder to perform while you're streaming if you're trying to pay attention to your chat and you know, maintain. Oh, okay. Now I'm going to go back over there and maintain some degree of interesting conversation. I hate this fucking place. I don't know how many times I've ran into that. So it's like, yeah, obviously it was easier for Rich in some ways, but not in others. I mean, he ultimately cleared the thing by himself, or not by himself, but on his own, himself. And I think that does mean something. People, this is just something that happens a lot, is that people always figure out reasons and ways and rationalizations to invalidate other people's achievements. Because if other people have the achievement that they feel doesn't deserve it, then it makes them feel like their accomplishment of that achievement is less important. So this is just how people's brains work. It's not really a good thing, but it is a thing. So if you know that, you're going to save yourself a whole lot of grief. Clear as a clear? Yeah, you're going to get a clear. Yeah, I mean, you get the clear, you get the clear. It is what it is. But I think people, like, of course they're going to criticize and everything like that, because I'm sure a lot of the people that are being critical are probably people that have tried to do UCOB and they've struggled a lot. You know, they've struggled a lot, primarily, maybe not even because they're bad at the game. It has nothing to do with that. Maybe it's because they have a hard time finding a group. So then along comes this fucking guy, and he just instantly gets a whole group together full of some of the best people in the game, and then he just clears the whole thing super easy, and it's going to make people pissed off about it. But I can guarantee you that if any of these other people were in the same position that Rich was in, they'd be walking around with their UCOB thing and their weapon and showing it off all the time. So I think it's more of envy and jealousy, and also people that are unhappy that they don't have the same access to things like that that a streamer does, which is understandable, but it's still not it's still not healthy, I don't think. Butthurt jealous people. Yeah, I think generally whenever you get angry at other people for having what you don't have, that's probably not a healthy thing to do. There are, I'm sure exceptions, but I think that in many regards this is the rule. Oh, he's all the way over there. Will there be another transmog comp soon? Yeah, I promise I'll do more transmog comps whenever I come back. I love WoW. I like the community that I built in WoW too. There's some weirdos for sure, but like all my old viewers are mainly WoW players or stuff like that, and so it's just like, I mean, I can't ever really quit the game. Like, I have so many memories, and I've loved this game for so long, and I do enjoy playing it. It's nice to just do and relax, and I think to me, what do I really get out of it is I can just hang out with you guys and talk to the chat and play the game, you know? It's nothing too crazy there. Okay. But yeah, that's how I feel. Well, still best MMO on the market. It depends on what you like to do. I mean, like, I think that like all the MMOs have like their own positives and negatives. Like, I think for PvP, like for competitive ranked PvP, I think WoW probably is the best MMO for sure, even despite how bad Arena is, because every other game is just a lot worse. But besides that, what is it? It's hard to say. Lost Ark? I mean, Lost Ark will be fun too, but will it be as good as WoW? it's hard to say. I think WoW Arena is just, it's so popular, and it's always been popular. It's hard to say that something's going to be able to beat it. Oh, I almost didn't make that jump. I hope Lost Ark is good, though, as I said before. New Final Fantasy viewers, will you Final Fantasy transmog in the future? Yeah, I will. I just haven't done it because I've been busy, like, actually completing the rest of the game. But yeah, I will do it, for sure. WoW is no better, Barbara. Oh God, the more better. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Okay. Got it. Okay. Here we go. No, I7 said ERP is the only thing that Final Fantasy has WoW beat in. I mean, it definitely does, though. I mean, you have to admit that. Like, the ERP potential in Final Fantasy is just so much more than in WoW. Like, you just have so many more emotes that your characters can do. You have so many more outfits. There's, like, so much more ERP potential that you have in Final Fantasy versus WoW. Let's go over here. Actually, I'll just go this way. If only it had /spit. I feel like that's all pretty much, like, the problem with like WoW at this point is that pretty much everybody who doesn't, like, that isn't just like a complete Blizzard sycophant or who isn't just completely addicted to the game is probably quit or doesn't really care about it anymore. So it's not like the same culture that we had a few years ago where people wanted to see it get better. I think most people are pretty much like, it is what it is at this point, you know? So, like, I mean, I really tried to push against storm mounts and everything like that. And I'll always complain about them whenever they come out because I think they're bad. But, it's just, you're talking to a wall. They don't care about the effects that it has. The game's 17 years old. Retail is under 600k subs at the moment. No, nobody knows how many subs WoW has. I don't trust any third-party website to have any sort of a good read on it. Yeah, they're just made up numbers, or they're numbers that are they're incomplete, or they are not taking into account things that I would take into account, etc. I bet my left nut, are you accepting to pay to win part of the game with Lost Ark? I mean, I don't know. Like, we'll just have to see what happens. What's your estimate? If I had to guess how many subs WoW has? Like globally? Probably like 3 or 4 million. That would be my guess. Yeah, probably 3 to 4 million. So the reason why I think 3 to 4 million is that World of Warcraft retail is extremely popular in, what do you call it? In Europe as well. It's actually like more popular in Europe than it is in North America. And on top of that, you have a huge amount of people, like, my understanding of this is what I heard. So, I mean, like, what does this really mean? But what I heard is that in China, there are a lot of people that play Classic WoW. Like, I'm talking about a lot of fucking people that play Classic WoW. So, like, my perspective on this is probably that, you know, you can't really, like, how do you discount and how do you calculate, you know, a country with 1 billion people in it, you know what I mean? Especially when a lot of them have a you know, like a history of playing the game. It's like India's got 1 billion people in it too, but China's a more developed country with a more, you know, common history of playing World of Warcraft. So that's kind of like, that's what's really informing my decision, is you think about all of the other places in the world that plays WoW, and like usually whenever you're talking about any of these estimates, all of these estimates are built around English-speaking parts of the internet. So like you're not even considering China, where WoW has been huge for years. You're not considering Japan, where Final Fantasy is probably even bigger than it is here. You're not considering Korea, where I don't really know which one comes out ahead, but I know Korea has a huge gaming culture. India, you know what? I've never even really heard of people playing World of Warcraft in India. That's the truth. I never have. I mean, I'm sure it happens. Like, I mean, yeah, of course. But I just never have heard it. Lost Ark's insane. Yeah, like Lost Ark, like you take, like, for example, Lost Ark's a great example. Like if you look at the viewership for Lost Ark and you don't count Korea, that's a completely different number than if you do. You see what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? Lost Ark BDO and League is very big in Korea. Yeah, exactly. 0 viewers without Korea. No, I think Lost Ark has North American potential. Absolutely. The reason why I think so is because of how popular games like League and Dota are. And really, whenever I say North American, I really don't mean North American. I mean English-speaking potential, which is obviously different. You'll know when it hits India. The YouTube videos with that accent will make you suicidal. I don't have a problem with accents or anything like that. We used to have a physics teacher, and he was legitimately like from Africa, and it's like nobody understood what he was saying like half the time, but you know, it was just like, it was just something that you dealt with, man. Like if Cody's on stream again, I'll get him to confirm that. Yeah, he was like the AP physics teacher. Oh man, I'm dying really fast. Almost got killed there. But we good. But we good. Okay, I actually have no idea what I'm supposed to do in here at all. I just randomly went in and AoE'd everything down. Okay, so what do I need to do? I don't need to switch that, don't need that. Okay, I don't need this either. Worthy soul found. Okay, let's see this. I will not be caged. Okay, what do I have to do here though? Mossworn Skywalker slain. See, the way I do quests is I look for that orange thing underneath their character portrait, and if it has that, I kill them. That's it. Like, I don't ever read the quests. Like, I just, if it has the orange thing under them, then I do it. That's it. Quest for On the Offense achievement up right now. Let's see, which one do I need to do? Dungeons, quests, maybe? Oh, this is super fun. So you just have to do this daily quest 30 times? Wow, that's really cool. Okay, so Following quests for Vinthier Assault. Serve tea to the following characters. Oh my god. Okay, let me just complete these. Dude, I'm like, I always just get overwhelmed by looking at these. Okay, let's go down this way. What an annoying meta that was. Yeah, I haven't completed it yet. I'm sure I will eventually. Oh, there they are. Okay, I'll go up there and kill them. That achievement's called Breaking a Chance. Yeah, I mean, I just have to get all of them, so it is what it is. There's no point reading quests. I feel like most quests and most MMOs are bad. Ironically, I think one of the games that has like the most dynamic and interesting quests is RuneScape. Like the quests that RuneScape has, I feel like are much more in depth than any other MMO. Like I don't have a lot of experience with the game, but this is of course like my second-hand, primarily knowledge that I've seen, but some primary. Famous question: why is you drive the massive fireball on Oldham and Kata? I really think Cataclysm, like people hate Cataclysm too much. I think Cataclysm was really good. I think people don't like it because it got rid of old Azeroth, and I can respect that and I understand that. But and like a lot of this was like nostalgia for me, because like Kata was whenever like everything in my life was really good and also in a way really bad, you know? It was like I had just graduated high school. I remember like I was in community college taking as little classes as possible. You know, like my parents were in relatively good health. I was just kind of hanging out with like Cody and Jeff and Zach and everybody all day, every day. It was just so good, man. And so like for Kata, for me, there's a lot of like nostalgia associated with it, but I also think that it was a good expansion too. 4.3 could be better. 4.3 was the beginning of the end. Like 4.3 was really bad, but everything before 4.3 was incredible. Like for example, I think the Molten Front offensive was fucking it was so fucking good, man. It was amazing. I remember I have a guide for some of the Molten Front offensive achievements, and this is like whenever I used to make achievement guides, and this is like way back in, oh, I didn't do this. It was way back in like 2011 or 2012. And I did this thing, and you can hear me talking to Zach in the background while I'm doing my video. Just like not giving a fuck at all. Ragnaros was the end of old WoW for me. Heroic Ragnaros was a great fight. Then came Dragon Soul. I think Dragon Soul was terrible. I really do. I think it was a terrible raid. Like it was not even remote. Like all of the raids in Cataclysm were, in my opinion, S tier raids besides Dragon Soul, and Dragon Soul was terrible. Worthy soul found. Inspect unworthy souls until you find one. Okay. Release raids in 4.0 barely worked. What do you mean they barely worked? Which things didn't work? It's like I remember there was a bug with Sinestra where I think for the Horde, there's a guild, had to wipe the fight because they were able to. So Sinestra had an ability called Tin Mans. Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, that actually killed my old guild. Yeah, that's a good point. I think it was a mistake to even try and do that, though, personally. To try to make 10 mans and 25 mans the same in terms of difficulty. Like, it's just, it's not the same because it's just, you're comparing two completely different things. They're bugged hell the first week, especially with the Death Dragon. We couldn't clear it because it kept despawning mid-fight. Archimedes, oh, did you guys do the strat where you like tank them in a corner, and then like the imp would always spawn on top of you, and you could just cleave it down? Because like that's what we did. Yeah, we tried doing that, and then they fixed it. I don't know, like I feel like bugs and stuff like that happen in the first week of the game, or first like couple of weeks, I don't really care a lot about those, because like every game that comes out is just trash in terms of it, like stuff happening on the first week or so, and you just have to wait for it to get better. I'm gonna go over there and do this. I need to get my box, and I think there's some other special item I need out of here. It's excusable. It's not really excusable, it's more that it's just, it is what it is. Losing 10% of your raid force on a death versus 5%. Well, the problem is that you had, so like I'll give you one example, and like we ran into this example ourselves, is oh man, nobody's doing this. Here, let me make a group. Oh, nice. Okay, people are doing it. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna AFK until they do all the work, and then I'm just gonna tag the boss. Alright, cool. Anyway. Catting getting nerfed was whenever the game took the wrong turn. It's whenever Total Biscuit quit WoW. The heroics getting nerfed? No, they had to nerf the heroics, that's what I'm saying. This is what's so sad, right? Is like, you see all these people, like these are all people playing World of Warcraft. These are all World of Warcraft players. And I am the only alliance here besides this guy. It's so sad, man. Because like it would be really cool if you could interact with these people, join groups and everything, because it makes the game feel alive. Why am I taking damage? Alright, let's see what's in the box. Sadness and disappointment once again. No mercy box? Yeah, I didn't get shit out of that one. I need to get 3 items out of there too. I haven't gotten a single one. Sucks. I got them out though. Do you think they should add cross-faction grouping, or should they just make alliance racials way stronger? No, I think they should just add cross-faction grouping. Making alliance racials way stronger, I think, is just a... Oh, it's the Fallen Charger. Wow. There it is. Do people need this? Should I even make a group for this? Like... Seems like nobody's joining. There's one guy. I bet if I was Horde, I'd be able to find a bunch of people too. That's what's sad about it. Nobody else is playing the game. No, there's a lot of people that are playing the game. It's just that they're on Horde. Have you seen WoW Revolution? It's a WoW private. I don't care about private servers. Yeah, I don't care about private servers. I don't want to play them. I don't want to have anything to do with them. How's your mount collection? I haven't gotten that many mounts recently, but I'll get some. You got any New Year's resolutions? No, not really. I used to do New Year's resolutions, but I never really followed through on them. So I just, there's no reason to do them. Yeah, I mean, don't lie to yourself. Remember, a new year meant a new beginning. Yeah, now a new year means a new COVID variant. Alright, boys, here we go. So we get out of here. What will you do for a New Year's party? I haven't been to a New Year's party in a couple of years. Let's see. Fuck, dude, nobody got the mount. Well, you win some, you lose some, boys. That's the way it goes. You're gonna run out of letters in the Greek alphabet pretty soon. Bro, like, I don't know. Like, I don't really like to talk about COVID on the stream because people are just, like, so opinionated about it. And it just gets, like, it gets really stupid really fast. And so I don't like talking about COVID. That's the truth. Did you ever play any Warcraft through custom maps? I never did, actually. Yeah, I never played custom maps. Scared of offending the K-Konas? No, I mean, I say plenty of stuff that's like I talked about it a lot whenever it first was a thing. But I think now, like, everybody's already made up their opinion about COVID, and I don't really want to just argue with a wall or have people, like, type in chat, like, this is, you know, what they heard already. Wow, how many of these do I need to click on? This is crazy. What up, Jibo? A lot of research on Facebook saying it's not real. Yeah, I saw some of that. I just, dude, as I said, I just don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm just so exhausted hearing people's takes about it. It's just, I don't want to do it. That's all there is to it. I don't want to hear people's take on it or their opinion or anything like that. I want to think about it because I'm wrong and I'm uncomfortable with being wrong. I've always been pretty... I never said COVID was fake. What do you mean? I remember whenever it first happened, I didn't really think it was all that serious, and then it just got more and more serious, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what I said at all, man. Regurgitate whatever garbage they hear online, yeah. Okay. Now what? I need to talk to this guy. So how do I serve tea to everybody? Let me see how this works. What's the achievement called? Tea for the troubled. Comments. Okay. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to get all this sorted out. This is so annoying. Okay. I have like 50 tabs open and it's just, yeah. Alright, we'll go around these guys and try to serve everybody tea here. There's one right there. Oh, I've already served her tea. Well, I don't want to do that one. Wait, I have to go all the way over here and serve them tea? No way. Oh my god. And I have to do it with this stupid little thing? Oh no. Okay, let's go. No, I don't have to. Press 3. Am I stupid? Like... Okay, give me a minute. Okay, I'm gonna do them one at a time. I'm struggling a lot on this because I have like a lot of tabs open mentally and I can't keep track of all of them. So where's Kael'thas? Okay, give me a minute. I'm just gonna read this right now. After you get the quest, go to Tubbins. Your mission is use the skill Serve Tea. What is this? What's happening? Oh my god, I'm being oh my god, I can't fucking think. Spawn random days. Oh, there's, oh my god, you can only, there's only some of them that spawn. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Do not complete the objective of the quest. You'll no longer be able to interact. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, let's figure out where these things are. So the NPCs reset every day, THD? So like if I do 4 of them right now, I can come back tomorrow and do the other 4? Okay. I'll just do that. Too much RNG? Yeah, it's just... It's annoying. Laurent. I don't think I did Laurent, did I? I did do Laurent. Okay. I can't click on... Well, then how do I... So there's only 2, though. Why is there only 2 if there's supposed to be 4? Oh my god, I need to lay down. I can't think, man. So what does this say again? Quest for the... So I have to go to each one? Well, how do I get... I can't get up there, though. Like... It's a headache? Yeah, like all these achievements are just so fucking annoying, man. Okay, there's one. I got one. What is this? What is happening right now? Can I just do my fucking quest? There. Okay, that one's done. Ah, man. Now what? Okay, so Volca should be up too, right? Because those are the other four. Okay, it's this way. All right. Let's go. Don't know if it's a 4 random rotation. Yeah, I don't know either. I'm just assuming since the other 3 were up. Yeah. Okay, that's the 4 that are up now then. What happened to kill 10 things? These rando quests or aids? I'm very bad at at thinking. Okay, so I have to do these. And dance near 5 different forges in Zoval's cauldron while holding the maw-proof pair. What? Fuck. Okay. Is there anything else I have to do here? I don't think that there is, right? This is why I hate figuring things out on stream. T-tails. Oh man, I just can't do this. I'm done. I can't. Let's go somewhere else. Okay. That's how retail makes me feel. It's just like, no, I am not a, it takes me a really long time to like I have such a, I have so many things in my brain going on that I can't focus on anything ever. So like whenever I have to like really know something or like talk about something or think about it, like and actually figure out and like, what's the word for it? Do I have to do this? Send out the Curian. Oh, okay. It's literal HD ADD. I can't think clearly. It's called stress. Well, I immediately stress out. Like I'm just not. My brain doesn't work well. It used to not be like this, but it is now. That's why I don't like to play new games on stream, because I just can't figure them out at all. Okay. Like, I'm very good at knowing things, but I'm not very good at figuring things out, if that makes sense. What happened to BDO? I haven't played it yet. Okay. Why you play Classic Season of Mastery? I just think it's boring. That's why. Yeah, I think it's boring to watch, and it's boring to play. All they had to do was 100% experience buff. Stupid Blizzard. Yeah, I think so. That's the thing, is like, if it had a bigger buff, then I would do it. Okay. People always talk about Season of Mastery. Yeah, I know. I think it's because I was really, really into Classic WoW, so people assume that I would like Season of Mastery or something like that. Why can't you quit this dumbass game? Well, I like playing it. That's why. I mean, the reason I'm not quitting is because I like playing it. I wouldn't play it if I didn't like it. There's plenty of times where I don't play WoW because I don't like the way the game is, and then I come back and I'll play it later on or not, you know. Sunk cost. People always try to rationalize and try to come up with these phrases like it's not as simple as I just like playing the game. Like, it's impossible that somebody could like a different thing or somebody could enjoy the game. It's like there's not some crazy like, oh, it's actually this let me mentally diagnose why you like playing a game that I don't like playing. Like, it's just so weird, man. Just let me play the game. They just want you to hate it, so they feel they made the right choice, hating the game themselves. I think it's a lot of times of that, and it's also people that treat me like I am I'm like an entity, right? Like I'm like I'm more than just a person with my own, and you know, things that I like to do, and they get angry about me playing it because my actions have like more weight, because like if I'm playing it then other people will think it's good or something like that, and I don't want to have that level of pressure on me. I just want to do what I want to do. And if I ever, like, to me, I've said this before, right? I only want to do what I want to do. I don't care about what anybody else wants me to do. I just want to do what I want to do, and that's it. It's completely selfish, and I don't care. Because this is my life, and I want to live my life with my own, on my own terms, without anybody dictating those terms to me at all. It's part of the reason why I'm successful, and also part of the reason why I am unsuccessful at things. But it is fundamentally who I am. Open certain horizons. I don't want to open horizons. I don't want to try new things. I do not want to get out of my comfort zone. I want to do what I want to do, and that's it. There is no fine print. There is no subtext. There is no psychoanalysis. It just simply is. Where's the last one? All right. So you'd play a game on your mainstream even though you want to play, even though you're not so entertaining to watch? No, and I think that's why I sometimes burn out of my mainstream and I get tired of streaming, is because like the stress of having to like meet other people's expectations is draining on me very much so. Whenever I have to do something for another person, or I have to you know, dance to the beat of someone else's drum, it's only a matter of time until it stops happening and it starts becoming bad. That's why every single time like my stream, like I come back and my stream is doing really well and everything goes fine, and then just slowly my like mental deteriorates and then I have to take a break again because I'm just not that person all the time. There's a part of me that is that person, but I'm not that person, if that makes sense. That sounds terrible. Hopefully a platform has better tools. No, it's nothing to do with the chat. It's not the chat's fault. It's completely self-inflicted. It's nobody else's fault except for my own. Oh, chat wants me to play a game they want me to play. Wow, that's so terrible. I can't believe that. It's not a big deal. Like, it's because I have problems. It's not somebody else's problem. It's not Twitch's problem. You have to have accountability for things that you... if you can't understand why you're not doing well, and you blame it on other people all the time, you'll never improve and you'll never get better at anything, because the control and the success of what you have isn't owned by yourself. It's owned by a third party. Can somebody in Korthia invite me so I can try to kill this rare? It's up today and I want to kill it. That's why I've always believed that, you know, I try to take ownership of my success, and I also take equal ownership of my failure too. There are some things I don't think are my fault, but other things I think are. And I think whenever you really break things down, a lot of bad things that have happened to me, and a lot of like drama things have happened to me, like the classic WoW stuff, that's totally my fault. I shouldn't have played on a PvP server. I knew it would be a bad idea. I went against my own better judgment, and because of that, I caused a bunch of drama and grief for myself, and made something that I was really looking forward to not fun. And that's what I did to myself. It's nobody else's fault for that happening. It was fun, by the way? It wasn't fun. Yeah, does anybody have a Does anybody have an invite they can give me if they're in Korthia, so I can try to kill this rare? Machine learning could spruce up a bit. Mental health of streamers though? No. There's no solution to the problem other than, you know, there are certain people with certain personalities that just, it just doesn't fit well with that personality. Like, some people have a great personality for streaming, and like, I think I'm pretty high up there, but I have a few hang-ups that make me, not good for streaming, you know? And like, everybody is like that. You think it's genetics? I don't care if it's genetics or not. Just to give you anxiety or something? Yeah, I have anxiety a lot of times. You're saying stream snipers who are griefing you have no culpability and you're not enjoying the PvP server? I can't control what other people do. I wish I could, but I cannot. All I can do is predict what they'll do and act accordingly. So it's like, if I leave my car unlocked and then someone breaks into my car and steals everything out of it, yes, of course, that the person should be arrested and they're an asshole for stealing things out of my car. But I won't think about that. I'll only think about the fact that I should have locked my car. Because that's what I can control. I don't really care about things that I can't control. They're not important to me. They're irrelevant. There's always going to be things that you can't control. Seth Rogen tag? No, I remember seeing that guy's, his response to Casey Neistat. I thought it was the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Super rich, uber privileged, fucking, you know, movie star is talking about how it's cool and hip and funny that people break into cars. And then, you know, meanwhile, there's people who have valuables that actually mean something to them in the car that get stolen. What a piece of shit for saying that. To normalize and to make somebody feel stupid for not wanting their car broken into. It's just, it's so pretentious too. People steal all the time, maybe don't put valuables in there like it's a normal thing. Well, the thing is though, is like, but there is an element of what he's saying that's right too. It's just the way he said it, and I think just like a lot of the stuff that I see him say is like, he's a funny actor, but like a lot of his actual like personal opinions on stuff, I think he's a fucking idiot, to be honest. That's how it is in some neighborhoods? Yeah, exactly. It was funny 10 years ago and I was an absolute moron. I mean, there's a lot of people that are good actors, but they're not necessarily the best people that you want to look to for life advice. Let's respawn in this lead. I don't know. If somebody can invite me to their Korthia group so I can kill it, that would be great. You ever dealt with your car being broken into? You'd find nothing enjoyable or funny about the entire ordeal? Yeah. But like, all I'm saying is like, going back to what I was saying, right, is like, are the griefers and everything responsible for why it would happen? Here's my perspective on it. Is that, what do you call it? Sorry, I was reading something in chat and it distracted me. Yeah, I totally forgot what I was going to say. Yep, never mind. Yeah, if anybody can invite me for this this rare here, that would be great. Perspective on griefers. Yeah, that's right. It's my perspective on the griefers in Classic is the same as my perspective on gambling on Twitch. Is that I don't really care about the people that are doing it. Like, I think Rothstein is kind of cool, right? I've watched his streams before. He seems like a nice guy. Like, like, I feel like if I saw him somewhere and I was, like, hanging out with him, I would probably have a good time. You know? He seems like a good guy. Obviously, Train's been one of my longest friends on Twitch. You know, all this, like, a lot of the gambling guys, like Aiden Ross, I think, like, Aiden Ross is effectively, you know, like, fucking Asmongold from 10 years ago. Like, I acted a lot of the same way that you're in war mode, man. Oh, I acted a lot of the same way that Aiden used to act, or acts now, like back 10 years ago. Because I'm about 10 years older than Aiden, right? So, give or take. So, I would do the same stuff. I'd talk the same way. You know, getting all the guys in the room and then just sitting there, everybody on their phone, fucking around. Yeah. Like, I definitely did that. Anyway, so, like, I don't really care. Like, I don't have any hate towards them for doing it, because I know that if it wasn't them doing it, it would just be somebody else doing it instead. So it really doesn't matter to me who's doing it, because it'll just happen to somebody else. So why would I get mad at the people that were griefing me in Classic? Because if it wasn't them, it would just be somebody else. Like, yes, I personally dislike them, and yeah, on a personal level, sure. People in Classic, I mean. But that doesn't really, it doesn't mean that I really think it's their fault, because it doesn't matter to me, because if they weren't doing it, somebody else would. That's what it comes down to. That's pretty dumb logic. If it wasn't someone else killing people, why don't they? That sounds like that's a stupid comparison. I'm just gonna ban you for that opinion. You're just stupid. Let's go over here. Yeah, I'm not gonna address that or try to argue that. It's just a stupid comparison, and I don't want to, I don't want to read your messages. I always find the worst comments. Well, I mean, to be fair, the people with the worst comments are very, they're very outspoken. Low IQ equals ban. Oh yeah, if I see somebody, like, I'll be honest, like, if I see somebody just as stupid in my chat, I will permaban them just for being stupid, because I don't want to read their messages. It sounds really bad, but I do it all the time, multiple times a day. Okay, and oh, do I still need to do this? No, I don't. Wait, did I? Yeah, I guess I did finish this. Nice, thank God. I hated doing that one. Ganking's about attention, Twitch gambling's about money, big motivation difference, and thus people will act differently depending on the case. Equating them as the same is incorrect. You just don't understand, like, you just don't understand what I'm saying at all. Like, I'm not talking about it on that level. Yeah, that's not going to be ban number 2. At least it's an honest argument without being obnoxious. But yeah, I think that they're the same. I don't want to explain it to people that don't want to understand or whatever. Like, if you don't get it, then who cares? Yeah, I don't want to over-explain this to you. Has chat made you realize you were wrong about something? Chat collectively making me realize that I was wrong about something? No. Pretty much never. Yeah, like that never happens. Seems like a flaw, to be honest. I don't think so. The thing is, like, most chat stuff and things that I read in chat, like, I usually don't take what people say in chat very seriously because most of the comments are just throwaway comments, and also they don't really... Most things in Twitch chat are distilled down into into meme format, and it's just not a conducive place for conversation. Does that make sense? So, like, usually whenever I read something in chat, I don't take it as seriously because it's just it's not really meant to be taken seriously in the first place. It's mainly just goofing around. Or you could have a conversation. Well, I think there are messages that I can read that usually, you know, sometimes they'll have some validity to them. Sure. We have a habit of deflecting good points, to be honest. Most of the time that I am deflecting what's considered a good point, there are a lot of things that sound smart if you don't think about them. And if I feel like one of those things comes up, sometimes I will explain why it's wrong, and sometimes I won't. For those people that understand your point, is that there's nothing prohibiting the things, the ganking and the gambling, so if they weren't doing it, someone else would, and that the only way to not have them be there is to prohibit them. Yeah, that's of course what I was saying. But, like, if the thing is that in general, like, if I feel like somebody is trying to misunderstand me, I will not try to make them understand me. Like, I'll just ban them and move on. Because I think that most people, like, most reasonable people would see kind of what I'm saying and then just be like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Or not. Right? Of course there's people who disagree. People, like, I say one thing and then they rephrase what I'm saying and then they basically quote it back to me in a way that I didn't say. Yeah, of course I'm gonna ban somebody for that. Like, why wouldn't I? Were your classic fans gankers? Fans or anti-fans? Oh, like, did they hate me or not? I don't really care, to be honest. Yeah, that doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, to me, because, like, the effect is still the same regardless. Some people in chat hold on to the point you made and not see the whole picture. Yeah, it's like my dad will do that sometimes. Like, I will try to, like, make an analogy, and he'll try to, like, microanalyze the analogy and not see what I'm saying, and it makes me really mad. Like, it pisses me off so much whenever people do that. Okay, I might as well turn this one in now before I forget. Looking at the hive mind mount, how can I get all 4 monocles and share them with my group? I don't remember, man. Like, we did the hive mind thing back in the Legion. That was a long fucking time ago, man. Yeah. You ever when you first done in Final Fantasy 14, that's gonna happen everywhere? Attention-seeking weirdos? No, I think it's different though. It's like if you like in Final Fantasy, like for example, like you have the system of you know, Square Enix banning people. So like they can't do that kind of stuff, period, because if they do it, they'll just get banned. I need to get a lot more Venari reputation, get this fucking mount, man. Some people be persistent. Yeah, exactly. So it's like whenever the ganking happened and like all that stuff with like classic WoW, and remember like I would have people that would like just constantly spam me on like alt characters and stuff, and then I would put the character on ignore and then they would just spam me. They'd delete the character and then just remake it and then just keep spamming me. This was on retail WoW. And like I didn't blame the person for that. I blame Blizzard. Because it's like Blizzard are the ones, they're the ones that engineer this environment for like why it happens. Like of course the person's wrong and everything like that, but it's like how can I solve the problem? Yeah, if you build it, the Spurgs will come. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Let's see. I don't know why it says I need to collect these. I already have these. Okay. Yeah, that is weird. Okay, I'm gonna run a few dungeons and then we're going to stop. If Blizzard had issued bans like Square did, you'd have much better time on Classic. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think that a lot of people don't really understand how annoying and distracting it is having people run after you constantly and try to do literally everything in their power to get your attention. Like, you have no idea how frustrating and annoying that is. Yeah, then we'll look at the React stuff. The driving mockers, yeah, especially with me because I'm very easily distracted. I'll go do this one. They do it for attention? Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. They just don't care about stuff like that. Well, the thing is, like, Blizzard, this is the thing. Blizzard is very open to and are very willing to tell everybody how much they care about, you know, like sexism and all of the, you know, politically correct things to care about. But then whenever it actually comes to enforcing those things in their game, they don't do it because it costs them money. And Blizzard's basically PR strategy is the manifestation of talk is cheap. Like, they will do anything, that they will spend all day talking about how much they care about minorities and things like that. But whenever it comes time to moderate the game, to make the game a, you know, like I don't like using the word safe space, but I think, yeah, it's like a place where people, like women especially, I think women have it probably the worst in this regard, with at least WoW, is, I don't know about worst. It's I don't want to say worst because you can make that argument for anything, but they do have a lot of problems, and like Blizzard doesn't give a shit. They don't care. And if you think that they do care, I would actually ask, like, go and ask like any of your friends that are girls, right? What happened, right? Whenever they had, like, if they've ever had like an experience with like a stalker or like a weird person in WoW. Because my experience is that almost every single girl that I've ever been friends with in this game has had a bad experience with a male player in this game that Blizzard did not properly address. It's not like this is a one-time only thing, it's just happened a lot. And it's not something that happened recently or back in the day. It happened recently and back in the day. Guys having problems with... The same can be said about guys having problems with girls, though. No, it really can't, though. I don't think that these two things are equivalent. Are there crazy girls? Yes, there are. However, there are a lot more crazy guys that take it way too fucking far. Was it Chris Rock that said you always hear the stories about crazy girls because the girls with crazy guys are dead? Yeah, it was Chris Rock, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm all for equality, and I'm all for treating everybody the same, but I'm also all for looking and seeing what's really going on. And I don't want to sit around and pretend like these two things happen at equivalent rates, because they don't. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of these fucking mobs. I don't have victory rush for them either. Maybe just hang out with assholes? No, none of my friends are doing this. These are stories I hear about people I don't even really know. More cases of it being a guy stalking a guy than a girl and a guy stalking on WoW? I don't know. I feel like whenever... This is like something that really annoys me, and I don't like it, is that every single time that I bring up something that just generally happens more often to women than men, right? Like sexual harassment in the workplace probably happens... I would bet all of my money that it happens more often to women than it does to men. And I think anybody who, like, it's delusional to think otherwise. And every single time that I talk about this, people always bring up, oh, well, you know what happens to men too. No fucking shit, it happens to men too. No fucking shit. But it doesn't happen to them as much, and that's why I'm not talking about it as much. It's just kind of like... I don't know, like, why guys do that. And I do know why. Actually, I do know why. It's because a lot of times these issues happen to guys and they're not taken seriously. That's really why. Yeah, it's because these things happen to guys and they're not taken seriously, and they're bad. And like, I don't know how many times, like, you see like the article of some middle school teacher who's sleeping with her students, and then you have comments that are people are like, don't pog, that's not a big deal, I already had it. Comments like, oh wow, I wish that was me, or wow, you know, that kid is a legend, or something like that. Meanwhile, this kid's getting effectively raped by some pedophile that he's going to school with, right? It's just disgusting. And like, that's why people make comments like that. But at the same time, it's important to have a measured view on things. And I think that if you look at things from if you try to look at it from any perspective other than like just looking at what the facts are and what's real, you're just trying to delude yourself. Sexual harassment's not a competition, no, exactly. It's people just being argumentative, in my opinion. No. It's not people being argumentative. I think it's just a lot of guys. They feel like issues that men face are not addressed, or they're addressed inadequately. And I think that to a certain degree that's true. It is true in a lot of ways. And I just gave you an example. I think it's changing slowly. Who asked, bro? You did. That's why you're here. Yeah, you did, bro. You come into my stream, you're asking me. Happens more often to women as the understatement of the year. I'd say it's 85% plus 15%. I don't care if it's 99% to 1. Like, it's not the point. Like, it's not, yeah, it's like, it's, you totally misunderstand the point. Yeah, it's not a competition, like, who can get abused more. It's weird, bro. Okay, I killed this last ball. Oh my god, I gotta get this gun. You always open a can of worms with women's how it works while agreeing with viewers saying it's not a competition. That's because both things are true. You can't address a problem if you don't know what it is. You can't address a problem if you can't talk about it, and if you can't look at it objectively. What is this? Wow, am I dreaming? No, dude, I'm farming, man. I would farm more on my alts, but I don't know, like, what checks and everything that, like, each alt thing has for, getting some of the mounts. I'd like to do farming on my alts, but I hate leveling my alts. I hate having to make a covenant. It's annoying the whole thing's annoying to me. And just fight men being held accountable for bad behavior. Well, exactly, and I think the reason why is that they think that they're, like, a guy getting held accountable for being, like, an abuser or something like that. This somehow puts them at risk. Or they look at it as, like, you know, this is one person from my group being attacked, so I'm going to defend them categorically. Don't pog, it's not a big deal. Tribalism? Yeah, effectively, you're right. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Don't libs love tribe? But what about liberals? Don't they do the same thing? Shut up, like... Like, yes, of course they do. No shit. Everybody does. People are wired to do this. Seriously need to spread up Threads of Fate? Yeah, I know. Heard Cody got a bigger chocobo than yours? Yeah, I've heard that too. But yeah, really all I care about is, I generally don't like people who don't want to talk about things honestly. And if I feel like people are doing that, it's very frustrating for me because I can't really... Like, I don't like talking about things and talking around things or... like, any sort of, like, fakery. It makes me very uncomfortable. So whenever I feel like that's happening, it's, like, really off-putting for me. Am I ever planning on playing Halo Infinite? At some point, yeah. I just don't know really when. Yeah, I can't walk past a lot of the mobs. That's why I don't walk past them. It's because they're level 50. Like, unfortunately, I actually have to kill them myself. Right now, a female coworker can make a fake accusation. You lose your job and be discredited without any kind of proof or accountability. That's the threat I see. Oh, I think that's terrible too. And I remember that happened to the voice actor for Kael'thas, and I made a video talking about that too. Because that can happen. Like, I mean, let's again, this is like we're talking about, like, this is an example of people that don't want to talk straight, because this does happen. Like, men get accused of things and it ruins their life even though they didn't do it. Like, this totally happens. And it's like, that doesn't make it... Like, you don't lose anything by saying that happens. You don't, it doesn't make your argument weaker by saying that happens. It doesn't hurt people by saying that happens or anything. It's just straight up. Dungeon on tyrannical. Dude, I only did 15s. This happens. It happens all the time, bro. It's not about it happening all the time. It's about it. The thing is, most things don't happen all the time. Like, in the grand scheme of things, almost nothing that is like a large life-altering event happens regularly. You see what I'm saying? Like, somebody breaking into your car does not happen regularly. Someone shooting you does not happen regularly. Someone stabbing you does not happen regularly. Someone stealing something from you does not happen regularly. Most people go through their whole life and none of this stuff ever happens to them. It's completely irrelevant in all regards. But that doesn't stop people from being apprehensive about trying to avoid it happening to them. Isn't Aspen talking about harassment in games for women specifically? Well, what I was saying is that Blizzard doesn't really care about women being harassed in their games, and they only care about talking about how much they care. That's what I was saying. Happens to a woman, files a complaint against a man, sweeps it under the rug. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, the problem is like people have like, all of the things that people are saying are true, right? Like, men do get falsely accused. HR does sweep things under the rug that, you know, high-performing male employees do in order to retain them for the company, because HR works for the company, not for the employee. It does happen more often to women, but it does happen sometimes to men. And when it does happen to men, it doesn't get taken as seriously. All of these things are true. And I don't think that your argument loses anything. Don't pog, it's not special. Your argument doesn't lose anything by admitting any of those things. Yeah, you lose nothing by admitting those things. You see what I'm saying? Before, tech guys don't know how to interact with women. I said the tech guys don't know how to... The thing is, like, guys, the problem is that, like, there are a lot of guys that they do know how to interact with women, and this is just how they interact with women. Is they're really hands-on, they invade their personal space, they are manipulative and weird and shit like that. Yeah, there's a lot of guys like that. I didn't even really know it was as common as it is. Cause like just growing up, like I was always like really worried of like making somebody uncomfortable or anything like that. So like I would never do anything like that because it would make me feel insecure or weird. You know what I mean? Like I never wanted to make somebody feel uncomfortable or be seen as a creep. The reacts coming? Yeah, I'm gonna do a few more of these and then I'm gonna just watch some videos and we're gonna do Dark Souls. Especially online, dudes don't know how to not be creeps. Well, the thing is, the reason why they don't know how to not be creeps is because there's no personal accountability for being a creep. Because everything's anonymous. Because the truth is, most guys are talking to these girls because they want to fuck them. That's it. That there's no subtext, there's no and, there's no as well. That's literally it. There is nothing more to it than that. They don't care about what this girl's opinions are. They don't care about her hopes, her dreams, what she likes, what she doesn't like. They just want to fuck them, and that's it. And a lot of guys use that, they pretend like they do care in order to get the girl to let her guard down, or to think that there's going to be something more to like their relationship besides that. Not all guys, but a huge fucking majority. I don't even think it's a huge fucking majority. I just think it's some guys that do that. And the guys that do that talk to 100 girls at a time. And that's it. You know, so it's like for every one guy that's like that, he's affecting 30 or 40 girls, 50 girls. So it's not all guys, it's just the ones that do it have a lot of impact. Because I don't think this is like a, and like I don't have any statistics to back this up. Like I'm just going off of my own anecdotal opinion. I don't think this is most guys. I think it's just some guys that do it and they pop off, they do it a lot. Excuse me, Jars. Most guys look at women sexually. There's a difference between looking at women sexually and then being intentionally subversive in what your intentions are in order to allow for like some girl to let her guard down so you can then ask her for nudes or something like that. Manipulation of power dynamic. There's no real power dynamic between just two random people on the internet. In person? Yeah, I mean, I guess there can be, right? Because men are like physically bigger and stronger than women, sure. But it really kind of depends. Depends on the situation. Being nice and trying to smooth your way into caring is the reason why the girls say, why do we lie? Yeah, I think so. I've met more manipulative men than women, in my opinion. Here's a quote that I've always believed is true. Women can fake an orgasm, but men can fake an entire relationship. That's always been my take on it. Does this heal? No, it doesn't. Nice. Same goes for girls' asthma. Are we doing the thing again where like there are some girls that act this way too? Because yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's some shitty girls out there too. I gotta take a shit, guys. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 or 3 minutes. Alright, I'm back. Okay. Let's get back to work. Trying to get past these mobs. Okay, cool. Hopefully I'll get the gun here. We'll see what happens. All right. Cool. Do Dark Souls 3. I'm gonna do it in just a little bit, okay? I'm gonna watch a couple of videos and then we're going to we're gonna do it. That's the plan. Uh-oh. Ever thought about trying Apex again? Maybe one day, but probably not. We'll see what happens. Okay. Is the Asmongold Clips channel officially yours? I think so. I think I talked to my my editors about doing that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. Do you have any advice on building a brand? My best advice for anybody who's looking to make content online, just in general, my best advice is create value. Like, figure out a way. It is the funny thing is that create value. Now, there are two ways that you can create value that is like very easy. Not easy, but they're very simple. Educate or entertain. And if you can do both, then you'll be twice as successful in many regards. Yeah, and then you also have titties. Yeah, titties also help. But yeah, educate, entertain, or arouse. Yeah, that's another option. So what you do is you have to find something, a point of difference, a thing that you can do as an individual that will add value to other people's lives and improve their lifestyle in one way or another. Whether this is you know, something as simple as like learning how to cook, or something as complex as learning how to be a better person, right? If you have insight that helps people and you put that out there, and so well said, that's freaking genius. Well, tell that to Socrates, because I'm paraphrasing what he said. It's that's how old the idea is. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, that's how old it is. It's a very, very long time ago. And so delivery man threw my package. I guess I didn't want to deal with some snow. Okay, dude. So yeah, you have to figure out a way to entertain people or to talk to people. And I think that's the that's the goal, right? Is you have to figure out something of value that you can do. And if you can't do that, then you're gonna have a lot of trouble. Excited about the new raid, or have you looked at some of the new bosses? I haven't really. Like, I'm excited about the raid. It'll be fun to do, but like, it, you know, it is what it is. That's about all there is to it. Okay. Next. Any idea when you want to watch Mad Season video? At some point, man. I don't know. Okay. Just go on this one. Are you excited Tears coming back? Yeah, it'll be nice to have Tier sets again, for sure. So, like if you're trying to build a brand and you're trying to build content, almost all successful content does one thing, and that is improve something for someone. Whether this makes somebody's day better because it's funny, whether it is interesting because it's educational in one way or another. And what I mean by educational is I'm saying is that like it can be educational as like, hey, this is the Roman Empire and this is what happened to the Roman Empire, or it can be educational in this is what happened in Star Wars: The Old Republic. It doesn't have to be real, it doesn't have to be academic, or this is how to change a battery on your car, or this is how to clean battery terminals on your car, make sure they don't have corrosion on them, or how to do an oil change, or how to change a car tire, or something like that, or you know, something like how to use mods for a video game. Anything, right? Or the same as with me, right? Is you know, how to get achievements in World of Warcraft. So find something that you are an expert in, and then spend time honing and perfecting that expertise, and then share what you've uncovered. How to be a guy who knows how to do everything? I think it's always a mistake to try to think that you can do everything. I think it's a lot better idea to be really good at one thing and focus and be as good as possible at that one thing. Like, of course you should know how to like drive a car and stuff like that, of course, but I think that the highest value is to understand as much as you can about like one or two subjects, and then be able to share that with other people. That's what most people do, yeah? Yeah, exactly. That, I think, creates the most value for an individual. Jack of all trades, master of none. Well, you can use, like, for example, I think a great example of this is Dr. K. Dr. K is, I think he's so successful because he understands like gaming really well too, and he understands like online culture really well, and like his success is, I think, a big in a big reason with the merging of two types of expertise or insight. You see what I'm saying? So whenever you have two different types of expertise and insight that kind of fit together, then you can create content between the two of those things. Dr. K is great at explaining. Yeah, and so that's why I think that that he's successful too. But also, I mean, Dr. K, you know, again, educating people primarily, but he can also be entertaining too, and that's what the value that people get out of it is. And I think that if you can't understand why people watch your content, then you can pretty much guarantee yourself that they won't be watching it for very long. Another example of that is music and gaming. Yeah, to a certain extent, sure. What about people without value, like React Andes, aka Miskiff? Well, just because you don't like Miskiff, I mean, doesn't mean other people don't like Miskiff. So Miskiff is entertaining, a lot of people think he's funny, and that's why people watch him. Just because you're banned in his chat doesn't mean that that's not true. It just means that you don't like him. And push out to his followers, create his own style of entertainment content. Yeah, exactly. And that's what's really good. Because you have somebody with like Dr. K, right? You have somebody with like a certified, you know, what's the word for it? Like top of the line, state of the art, you know, best there can be. Basically somebody with like an S tier education that also understands an audience that is kind of not really catered to in a lot of ways in the same culture. So you take the two of those and that's it. Miz is overplaying on cam though. I hate to tell you this, man, but everybody does. You probably overplay things whenever you're hanging out with your friends and your reactions to things. You ever watch a comedy movie whenever you're by yourself and you don't laugh as much as whenever you're with your friends? Are you overplaying it whenever you're with your friends? No, you're not. Stop trying to, you know, think that you're smart or something for being able to identify that sometimes streamers do things that are a little bit over the top for entertainment value. It's not insightful or intelligent or anything. It's common sense. I'm sure Miz right now did very successful. There are people that don't like Mizkif, and my advice to them is don't watch the stream. Problem solved. Thoughts on Greek drama farming? I like Greek a lot. He has some dumb opinions on things that I disagree with. Some things I do agree with Greek on. I think that, I said this before with Greek, I think that a lot of people liked laughing at him for being fat, and I think that whenever he actually got in shape and did all of that, I think it alienated part of his audience because they didn't feel like they could look down on him the same way that they used to be able to. And I think that they projected onto him a feeling of superiority. And I think really what it was is that they actually felt superior to Greek prior to him losing weight. And now that he's losing weight and he has his life a little bit more together, or at least he did, I don't really know what he's doing now. Now they no longer feel superior to him, and they then instead project that he feels superior to what they do. Yeah, it's like an Uno reverse, basically. I don't know, like maybe that's a little bit too presumptuous, but that's kind of my read on it. I think Greek, you know, losing weight and getting a huge ego and everything, I don't think that was like really as pronounced as people made it out to be. I think people often conflate having self-respect with having a big ego. He's the same troll he used to be. Yeah, I mean, of course Greek doesn't act the same as he used to be whenever, you know, 10 years ago. Who does? Just because they themselves are self-conscious. Yeah, I think so. I don't know, like, I don't know. I feel like Greek always just gets shit on constantly. And so I don't want to, in a way, I don't want to shit on him or like say anything that he's saying is like bad or whatever, because I know people will like clip it and then like make a thread out of it and then use that as like a new conversation point to like talk shit about him. You know what I mean? But like, of course, there's some things that Greek says I think are really dumb. And like, I don't know. Like, I also like Greek. I get along really well with Greek, and I think he's a nice guy in general. So it's like, it is what it is. PFA wormhole? I don't have that a lot. So I think that what happens, like this is usually what happens as Greek's the biggest leech on Twitch. I think that leeching in general is just silly. The entire idea of it is silly. And it's just... I think that the entire conversation around leeching and like what that means is actually like really detrimental to Twitch growing, because you have all of these trash tier viewers that are going to see every interaction the streamer has and contextualize it inside of comparative viewer counts. And they don't think about the content, they don't think about the people, they don't think about relationships, they don't think about anything. The only thing they think about is one person that has 10,000 viewers, the other person has 1,000 viewers, the 1,000 viewer person is a leech, period. And bigger number, better person, but unironically. That's effectively what it is. So that's the way I feel about it. I just want to say on bigger guys is crazy. I'm 5'7", 275 pounds. I also box and beat the living shit out of people that are in shape. Yeah, sure. I wonder how much you'll weigh whenever you're 60. And how good your health will be then. Being massively overweight is bad for you. Being morbidly obese will kill you earlier. That's why it's called morbid obesity. Yeah, there's nothing good about being severely overweight. And not only is there nothing good about it, but it is bad. That's all there is to it. Anyway, I don't know why somebody brought that up. I have no idea. Isn't he homophobic and dislikes trans people? Greek? I don't know. That's not even part of it. But anyway, so like kind of what I'm getting at is like you have like this whole idea of like leeching and everything like that on Twitch, and because people look at everything through the context of leeching, then it really stifles content, because people don't look at a person as a person, they look at them as a number. And I think on YouTube, for example, that doesn't really happen. Like, I really don't think that happens. Like, the culture around, like, leeching and everything like that, and the sensitivity to it, is just so much a Twitch thing. It is absolutely a huge Twitch thing, and it is not necessarily true, though. Oh, yes, you're right. There is an exception. Oh, I forgot about the exception. Thank God we have you here to bring up the exception. Yes, of course. Give me 1 second. Request manner. Oh fuck, I have to do. Alright, I'm gonna do these two, then we're gonna do the React stuff, okay? Yeah, you were so glad we have somebody that smart to bring out the exception. Look at Twitch reacting constantly, it's leeching. I don't know. I mean, if you want my honest opinion about it, I think that playing a video game on stream is just about as much leeching as playing a video. I think there's a lot of people who they watch streams of a video game. Like, how many people do you think watched you know, whichever variety person that they watch play the newest God of War or the newest The Last of Us, and they watched it on their stream instead of buying it themselves? I think that you can make a much stronger argument that what do you call it? That playing video games, especially single-player video games on stream, is more detrimental